nothing out there that we should be submissive to, which makes us a God to ourselves. So that self-willed, selfish spirit that's in our society today, pushing this evolution, is nothing more than just a way to convince ourselves that there is no God. Therefore, if there's no God, that means there's no higher authority that I have to submit to, which makes me a God to myself. I'm just free to do whatever. That's where I see right here. I see this, and it's to the point that, now they're going to step over the line and they're going to say, he's a God, he's a God, he's a God. And every bit of that is coming from a place that they're just wanting food, but they're allowing themselves to go. And it's the same thing with that evolution. It's just if there's no God, that means I'm a God to myself. So if I decide that, I want to run off with the neighbor's wife, or, want to run off with the neighbor's husband, there's nothing there that I have to be submissive to. So let me just follow my lust. And then my mind goes back to what you were talking about at the Tower of Babel, when God gave that inheritance. And I think, right here, we're seeing that inheritance. God's giving it. Okay? You want to do that? I'll show you what I'll do to the very man that has the power to give you food. I'll take him out of the pit. Well, we see, over time from that Tower of Babel, exactly where man went. And we've talked about this, all these gods, all this stuff. We're also seeing in today's society the results of us going down the path that we're going down now.
You're exactly right.
And it's a whole generation that is, it's terrible. I actually got to watching a video. I love crime stories, and was watching this documentary on an 18-year-old boy that, just for the sake of knowing what it felt like to take a life, this 18-year-old boy found a homeless man asleep and went up and took his life. And when the police were interviewing him, I mean, this dude was talking, Rodney, like me or you would talk about, eating a hamburger.
No remorse.
None whatsoever. And, and
that's a sociopath.
And that's what they were saying. But
that's Romans 1.
And that's exactly where my mind went. All of these people, they were interviewing all these cops that interviewed him. They were saying how bad he was, and rightfully so. But I thought he's a product of the society that we've given him.
That's a conscience seared with a hot iron.
It certainly is. And that's exactly what happens as a byproduct of, I'm a God to myself. I don't need this God. I'm my own God. Get him out of my life. Get him away from me. I should not have to submit myself to him. There's not a standard that I should have.
Well, what worries me about what you're talking about, evolution, it is man's nature to want to be his own God.
Right.
I mean, it's just in us. So we see the fruit of this with Nebuchadnezzar.
Right.
I mean, he had witnessed Daniel performing these miracles with with his ability to discern the dream.
Right.
Not only could he discern the dream, but he told the king what he had actually dreamed. I mean, there's no faking that.
Right.
Yes. His guys were going to fake it.
Right.
They're going to say, "Oh, king, here's what this means," and he would have no way of knowing.
Right.
But now, if you tell me what I dreamed, then interpret it, now I'll believe you.
Yes.
Well, the only one that could do that was Daniel. And so he witnessed that. And he even exalted God, and he saw the miracles of the 3 Hebrew children that he put in the furnace. Right. He witnessed all that. And he exalted God. But somewhere along the way, he walks out and he looks at Babylon and says, "Look at what I've created," or something like that.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Yeah.
And immediately, and it said as the words were leaving his mouth, he lost his mind.
Yep.
And God brought him. God brought him to destruction.
Right.
And if we wish to walk out on the United States and let's say, "Look what we've done. We are our own gods," God will bring us down.
Absolutely.
Just like he has all these other men.
Right. And that's what we're seeing right here with Herod. And we'll actually find, if you look at this, Herod really never really said anything. I mean, it was the people.
Yeah.
It's just Herod neglected to, whoa, I'm not God. Herod was eating it up.
Belshazzar, he was having a time.
Right, just exactly like we're doing.
Just a minute. It just seems like when you read it, just a minute before Cyrus shows up and dethrones him.
Yep,
right?
That's exactly right.
And we see that over and over. That's a cycle that's repeated constantly through the scriptures. Pharaoh, boy, he thought he was big stuff, but look who, look who won out in the end.
Yeah. Well,
and so that's just a constant cycle we see through the scriptures. And why would we think as a nation today something's going to work out different?
And that's exactly where my mind was going. And I've heard this several times in the last little bit, that the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over and always expecting different results.
Right.
And that's exactly what we're doing.
Yep.
And here, right here, that wonderful point you brought out, and we're seeing the exact same thing right here. I mean, this is another one of them places where, we're not acknowledging God, and there's a fruit that's going to be produced from it, and we're going to see it. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got something else?
Yes, sir.
All right, verse 23. And immediately the angel of the Lord smote him. Catch this. Because Herod, they were the ones that were saying the voice of a God, not of a man. But because Herod gave not God glory, and he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost. So, they were saying that. And I would imagine old Herod was standing up there just eating that up.
Well, sure he was.
Oh, yes, that's me. That's me. And we see because he did not give God glory and say, whoa, no, there's only one God. Boy, is that not a picture of where we're at
Boy,
right
is
now.
it not.
And I think, maybe not the exact same thing, but I think we're heading to a similar end right here.
Right.
Yes. Okay, you got something else?
No, sir.
Okay, verse 24. But the word of God grew and multiplied. Is it not funny and amazing to you that you see all of this effort put into stopping this, but we're seeing this right here over and over?
Right. But look at the miracles that were just put on display. Yes. Peter walks out of an impossible situation.
Yes. And the
Herod
very man
dies a very mysterious, weird death here after being declared a god.
Absolutely.
So every time you see a miracle, you're going to see fruit from that miracle.
You are.
And right here it is.
And right here it is. And just like, over and over and over, you see, and this miracle happens, and so many was added to the church.
Boom.
There was this many got saved. And yes, and right here we're seeing this growth again. And of course, and I know this. A lot of this was purposeful, and of course, and I'm not going to get into all that. I mean, you've talked about this, Satan bound and all that stuff, and I certainly won't open that door up. But at the same time, should we not see that through the mindset that they had right here in this early church, that actually from that place that their heart was, there was growth, and just growth and growth, and tell us that there is so much power in not so much. And again, and I know this sounds awful, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I am saying is the emphasis that we put on the power of God in a church service now, as opposed to the real power of God. It's obvious that there's a difference there.
Oh yeah,
I mean, a major difference.
Yeah. Glad you brought that up.
Because what we're classifying as the power of God is nothing more than self-edification for me.
And look at the fruit. The fruit proves it.
And look at the fruit.
The fruit proves it.
Yes. But we're seeing here that if I can get to that spot to where the last thing on my mind is self-edification or self, period, but it's the kingdom of God, we're seeing the word of God grew and was multiplied.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to something that I've mentioned to the church several times, and I think maybe me and you've even talked about it. If you look up the definition of darkness It's the absence of light.
Right.
And that's exactly where we're at right now. Mm-hmm. We're living in the absence of light.
That's right.
And Jesus said, I am the light of the world, but I'm leaving, and you're going to be the light. Mm-hmm. And we've put it up there and put the bushel over it and covered it on. And constantly questioning, well, why is it so dark? Why is it so dark?
The world.
The world, yeah. It's awful out there. It's awful out there. It's awful.
The world is dark.
Then the world is dark.
It's going to be dark. It always was dark.
Exactly. And it appears to be as dark as it is right now. Is the reason is because there's no light out there shining.
Yeah, just read Romans 1.
Just read Romans 1.
That's why the world is dark.
That's exactly right.
But we are expected to be the light bearers.
Be the light bearers.
So, so if there's something wrong in the world, it's likely that the light bearer is not doing their job.
Yes.
Because the light is good.
The light's good.
Will do its job.
Right. It's always the stronger of the two. Light will always overpower.
Darkness will always flee at light.
Exactly. And the darker it gets, and I'm sure you've noticed this, the darker it gets, the smaller amount of light you have to illuminate a spot.
Right.
I mean, if it's dark, it don't take a great big spotlight. So, we can point the finger all we want to, but the church has dropped the ball somewhere. There's a direction that we've turned that was the wrong direction, and we need to back up and see where that's at. And I think this chapter right here has been just a good chapter to see where we're turning.
Yeah. Very good.
Like you said, we've got a lot of things we're calling holiness that's not holiness.
Well, that's true. But what a clever disguise.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If I believe that holiness is relegated to something that I wear, and that's holiness,
right?
Well, then I'm never going to see the real holiness.
You're exactly right.
Because I think I've got holiness. Why should I seek holiness?
Exactly right.
And it's just a clever ploy by the devil. He's planted this.
Yes, it's just like that other spot that we read where it says, "Did God really tell you that you would die? You will not surely die, but you'll be as God."
Right.
And He's doing the same thing to us again.
That's exactly right.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Okay, you got something else?
No, sir.
Okay, verse 25. And Barnabas and Saul returned to Jerusalem when they had fulfilled their ministry and took with them John, whose surname was Mark. Now, this, of course, is the same one that Mary, and, of course, as we get on over in here, we're going to find that this John Mark, and there may be a little tension that comes up.
Yeah.
But this fella Saul, he is back on the scene.
Yeah, he's going to rejoin the fray here and change the world.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, I hope that we can continue to see this picture. And I mean, we know we will. I just hope that we can spot it and draw it out because. Again, this right here is the purest form.
Yeah.
And this is what we need more than anything.
Yeah.
More than anything in this world is just to get back to this mindset and allow our hearts to go to the spot that their heart
go
was
back to the purity that is Christ.
Yes, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I've enjoyed it.
Well, I have too. That's been a good study.
I took us down a bunch of rabbit holes.
Oh, no, that's great. I love it. That's where you're going to find the best stuff is down them rabbit holes.
Yeah. A lot of times
because a lot of times these are things that you don't just pop out. You kind of got to follow the logic, to get you there.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Yep. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate you all being with us tonight. And
hit the like, and subscribe, and share, and all that stuff. Get it out to as many people as you can.
And we appreciate it. And we'll be back next time with chapter 13.
Chapter 13.
We'll see what we've got there.
Absolutely.
All right. Good night. Over and out.